Yeah, I mean, for starters, he's a really talented player. They got really talented receivers as well. But I mean, as a defense, it all kind of goes together. I mean, we got to get there faster as up front, and then we just got to cover better. We got to. I mean, feel like we had a solid game plan. We just gotta, I mean, really execute.
Isaac, what'd you see from Malachi today? First, like real long action in a game, looked pretty good. How did he feel in the huddle and everything like that?
Yeah, I think he played extremely well. I mean, he turned the tape. He's a playmaker through the air with his legs as well. I mean, we've been knowing that all year, just what he does in practice and everything. So, it's cool to see, despite the circumstance, him go out there and really succeed.
This is a new team, but last year y'all got off to a really good start defensively, then down the stretch, kind of let go of the rope. How do you avoid, maybe a repeat performance of that this year?
Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, we got a whole new team this year, so really try not to look back on last year and do like compare it. I mean, we definitely have to have a reality check, as a team, and I mean, really just come down to earth and figure out our like what we need to get better at and get better at it. And yeah, I mean, just can't let it happen again. Got to learn from our mistakes and overall, I mean, get better as a defense because I mean past few games we've allowed too many points. Even Mississippi State game offense saved us because we still allowed almost 30 points. So really just figure it out, and I mean overall to start playing better ball.
Isaac, I know you're not blocking that Ole Miss, defensive line. Those guys, they had 10 sacks against Oklahoma. They're averaging about five. So you guys weren't the first team to give up a lot of sacks to them. But just how tough does that make it to operate offensively when they're getting that kind of heat on the quarterback? I think they had 13 tackles for loss.
Yeah, obviously that's a very talented D line. Like you said, I'm not really blocking it up front, but I know from watching film that they get at the quarterback a lot, and they're just big guys in general, good at rushing, good at defending the run. So definitely a little frustrating when they get to the quarterback. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to handle that at all phases of the game because I mean a sack's on everyone. It's not just on the quarterback or the O line. Like the receivers got to get open and everything like that. So just keep executing going forward.
And I guess for both y'all, maybe Landon, you could take it first. You guys got an open days. Like Sam was saying, sometimes when you have a rough loss, you want to get right back out there, but maybe it's also a good time to heal up. How are you guys approaching the open date and then kind of the last big push trying to get bowl eligible, having some big games here at home?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not a coach, so I don't have to really say it, but I mean, definitely, I have a feeling they plan on trying to get us all healthy because we got a few guys out right now and banged up. So, I mean, I just know how Coach Pitt operates his bye weeks. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a lot of really trying to get healthy, and then not as much on the physical, but kind of overload on the mental. So, kind of go in and kind of see if we're tipping anything on defense, kind of giving offenses ideas, stuff like that, and just really breaking down film and everything during this week.
Good time for an open date, and how do you think it can help y'all?
Yeah, bye weeks are always a great time. It's to look back on what we've been doing and then moving forward, what we can do against our next opponent. So, like Landon said, it's going to be a little bit lighter per week, which I think will be good for a lot of guys trying to get back. So,
And then just from your perspective, what was Coach Pittman's kind of message in the locker room?
Yeah, I mean, at halftime, his message was, I mean, this second half's gonna show who we are as players. Like we if we go out there and just I mean if we're just going to go out there and roll over, then that shows who you are as a man. But we can go out there and keep fighting, and then at the end his message was basically what me and TeSlaa have been saying is, I mean, really just we got to get better. We got to play better ball because all around today was just, I mean, it was bad ball. So got to get all that cleaned up.
Landon, you mentioned the tipping a play, maybe, and Sam also mentioned that. Is that something you could feel like during the game today? Like maybe they've got a read on you guys?
Possibly, because I mean, Ole Miss as an offense, they're normally a really high tempo team. They didn't tempo as much against us today, so part of me could think that they were doing that. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, those coaches definitely know much more than me on that, but I mean, it definitely is a big possibility.
I guess Landon, you guys had trouble getting pressure on Dart. He's pretty good anyway, but how tough was that? And is their offensive line just that good, or he gets it off that well, or he just
I mean,
seemed like
they all work together well as an offense. Like Isaac said earlier, with giving up sacks, it's it's a whole unit thing. It's not just about how good the quarterback is or just how good the O line is. It's receivers getting open, quarterback, tight end, running back, blocking protection. I mean, it all. They just got a really talented offense. So, I mean, as a defensive line and linebackers, we got to find ways to get back there quicker.
Like you said, it was just kind of a rough day all the way around. It wasn't like one side of the ball struggle. It was just, a struggle really for everything. How do you think you guys will respond?
I mean, I think we'll respond pretty well. Go in this bye week, get everything cleaned up, and back to work. Got to flush it and look into Texas because Texas is a really talented team. We can't let this loss turn into another loss against Texas. So really go in this bye week, focus on the film part, and then after the bye week, start. I mean, preparing really well on the field for Texas.
I thought on that, Isaac, how you guys respond?
You covered everything, I think.
Okay, I got one more. I know you guys, it's the SEC, you play good teams all the time, but these ranked teams, I have to add it up, but it's like, I think it's going to be 7 or something. Just how tough is that grind, to deal with?
I mean, it's definitely a tough grind, but every player on our team, this is what we chose to do. I mean, most of the guys on the team could have had had the option to go play outside of the SEC, but we chose to come here. So it was kind of a choice that we made as players and coaches to be here, and this is the position we want to be in. And I mean, me personally, I like to fight. I like playing tough teams and tough players because it only makes you better. So I mean, I really like it.
You got a thought on that?
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's not really a negative thing, I'd say. I mean, it's more of an opportunity than anything to go out there and show what we can do against the best of the best. So, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all.